So let's just jump right into it. Just kind of looking over the details of the lake effect snow event that could unfold later on today. Some of the models have it all over the place currently, and it's none of the models are really picking this up very well for later on, late this morning to early afternoon. So it just depends how far inland will this lake effect snow band actually reach at this point. It's still to be determined to figure out where it's and how far inland it's going to reach at this point. Like I said, there's a possibility it could reach as far inland as the ID corridor once it gets to northwest Illinois, northeast Illinois border. I could show you where it is currently right now as well. 1 second. So here's Chicago. Here's your lake effect snow band currently right now off the Chicago radar. So it goes about this far inland, and it's up the lake just like this. So it's just right here. And it's currently moving across parts of northeast Illinois and will slant towards northwest Indiana through the afternoon, kind of affecting all of the lakeshore areas in the Will County, Cook County, Lake County areas as well, that are closer to the lake. So the lake shore, the interstate's closer to the lake. You can have reduced visibility down to a quarter mile or less once this band really starts to uptick more. But you can see it better on there's the Wisconsin radar. You can see it coming in right there to Waukegan, moving a little fairly fast. So probably North Chicago right now getting a couple light snow showers from this, as it's not fully well developed. Maybe some brief moderate snow coming with it right now, but that's just near the Waukegan area currently. Like I said, with the wind shift differential, it's going to start shifting down into Cook County near the lake shore, and then eventually into northwest Indiana, where it could be a more longer term set. That's based on a couple forecast models here. You just go back and look at those. This is the NDFD forecast model, and then we got the Canadian. Canadian is currently updating right now. The Canadian model shows that the band sits for a little bit longer across northwest Indiana, just near I-80, 94, I believe, and 65 meets, and it's showing for a decent possibility of some snow accumulation there across that area. The Canadian model is usually sometimes right, but like I say, with lake effect snow events, it all depends on where the snow band sets up, how strong it is when it comes in, and how long it does last in that area for it to snow and pick up accumulation. This will be a decent snow band with the thermodynamics in place once everything comes together and upticks more through the late morning hours, but it's still to be determined. I know that the latest that's the latest Canadian model. Did go down a little bit more on snow totals, but still affecting the 65 corridor. Anywhere between 2 to 4, 2 to 5 inches of snow is possible right there. That's what it's shown currently. Here's the WRF model, the 12Z run this morning. Still targeting the same area, and that's a 10-1 ratio, so it could be a little bit more snowfall across 65 as well. And it is showing, anywhere between 2 and 6 inches of snow right there falling, targeting the 65 corridor. So I wonder if 65 corridors actually have a pretty heavy snow step later on this afternoon into the evening hours across 65 and the 94 corridor. If that band sits there for a little bit, maybe a couple hours or a few hours, maybe dumping 1 to 2 inch an hour snowfall rates is possible with it, or inch an hour snowfall rates depending on how long it's there. northwest Indiana area maybe have a longer duration of like a couple or a few hours to sit in one spot and kind of dump some snow. There will be gusty winds with it as well, so I think we're looking at a lot more lighter than a 10-1 ratio snow, obviously. The F33 model is not on board. The HER model is currently not on board. It's slowly picking up where it wants to go, but it's still having problems depicting where that band's gonna set up and what it dumps and whatnot. European model showing a few inches or a couple inches with it. So, I think it's just a waiting game right now to figure out where it goes and what it does once it continues to uptick. I like using a different radar to look at lake effect snow, obviously. Let's see here. Oh, well, let me choose it because the app's already open. Okay. Well, that's it right there. The band's trying to fully more develop. Obviously, it's more heavier up the lake. And there it is, way up there in east of Green Bay, being picked up there as it's tunneling down the lake. Look how heavy it is up there. So eventually this band will become more stabilized. Just have to wait, be patient, I guess. Other than that, that's all the details I have for this. Just be cautious when this band does fully develop and comes down the lakeshore areas between northeast Illinois and northwest Indiana. Northwest Indiana looking around the afternoon and evening hours for the most likely possibilities there.